Hi students, myself Payal Christie and you can subscribe my channel on YouTube for more videos. And today we are going to start with chapter number 3, Ranga's marriage from standard 11th commerce, subject English. Chapter 3, Ranga's marriage, and it's written by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar, part 1. And today we are going to start with part 1. This story is about a conflict that runs around tradition and modernity. So in this story we are going to study about the tradition of the village and even some modernity we are going to see in this chapter. This conflict occurs in the mind of Ranga. Now you have to remember this name. Ranga is the hero, the main character of this story, against his beliefs on marriage. So what are his beliefs regarding marriage we are going to see in this chapter. Now if we compare the village and this character Ranga, they both are opposite to each other, which we will come to know later on. He actually falls in love with a girl named Ratna, and finally let's see what happens to him. Ranga, the accountant's son, is one of the rare breed among the village folk who has been to the city to pursue his studies. Now here Ranga, he is accountant's son and he is one of the rare breed. Rare breed among the village folk means nobody in the village has gone out or has studied further, and that's why he is considered as a rare breed. Why? Because in this village nobody had gone out for further studies and not even they have studied much. So that's why he is considered here as a rare breed among the village folk who has been to the city to pursue his studies. When he returns to his village from city of Bangalore, the crowds mill around his house to see whether he has changed or not. So now when Ranga returns home after completing his further studies in Bangalore, and when he comes back, the crowd mill around his house. Now mill around his house means people came and crowded around his house or gathered. They gathered around Ranga's house to see that whether Ranga has changed or not, because from this village nobody had gone to city for further studies and Ranga was the first person to go to Bangalore for his further education. His ideas about marriage are now quite different, or are they same? Now his ideas about his marriage, are they changed, are they different, or they are the same? So the people here wanted to find out this thing also, and that's why they have crowded around his house. When you see this title, some of you may ask, now what is the title of our chapter? Ranga's marriage. So when you see this title, some of you may ask, Ranga's marriage? Why not Ranganatha Viva or Ranganatha Vijaya? So the writer says here that why this title is not given, that is Ranganatha Viva or Ranganatha Vijaya. Well, yes, I know I could have used some other mouth filling. So what is the meaning of mouth filling? Mouth filling means impressive title. So the writer says that yes, I would have used some other impressive titles, one like Jagannatha Vijaya or Girija Kalyana. So he might have used these impressive titles like Jagannatha Vijaya or Girija Kalyana. But then this is not about Jagannatha's victory. So this story is not about Jagannatha's victory or Girija's wedding, or we can say some famous personalities. It is about our own Ranga's marriage. So this story is related about their own Ranga's marriage, a boy who resides in this village, and hence no fancy title. And that's why the writer says that I have not given any fancy title over here. Hosahali is our village. Now what is the name of their village? Hosahali. Students, please remember the name of the village. You must have heard of it. No? What a pity. Now this is a question asked by the writer that you might have heard about this village, and if he says no, then what a pity. But it is not your fault, and again the writer even says that it is not your fault if you have not heard about this Hosahali village. There is no mention of it in any geography book. Means even if we will go through the geography book, there is no mention about this place. Which place? Hosahali village. There is no mention or any details given regarding this place. Those sahibs in England writing in English probably do not know that such a place exists. Means the English, the Britishers, those who have written this story, they also might be not knowing that there is the existence of such place over there, and so make no mention of it. And that's why they have not mentioned this place, because they themselves don't know regarding this place. Our own people too forget about it. Means is telling that even our own people, our Indians, have also forget about it. You know how it is, they are. So now here the writer, he is just talking about the Indian people. He says that we know how they are, like a flock of sheep. Means how are the Indian people? They are like a flock of sheep. One sheep walks into a pit. Means if one sheep goes in one direction, the rest blindly follow it. Means the others, they will blindly follow in the same direction without any thinking. When both the sahibs in England and our own geographers have not referred to it, you cannot expect the poor cartographer to remember to put it on the map. So the writer says that when both the sahibs, means the English people, and even our own geographers, if they have not referred, they have not mentioned this place anywhere, we cannot expect the poor cartographer. Who is a cartographer here? One who makes map. One who makes maps. So if this place is not mentioned anywhere, so the poor cartographer cannot put it on the map, because he himself doesn't have any details or any information regarding this place. Can you? And so there is not even the shadow of our village in any map. So that's why this place is not mentioned on the map of their village. What is the name of their village? Hosahali village. Sorry, I started somewhere and then went off in another direction. Now the writer says, yes, I wanted to discuss about Ranga's marriage, but I just went in some other discussion. If the state of Mysore is to Bharatvarsha. Now what is the meaning of Bharatvarsha? India. What this sweet Kariga Dabu. Now what is the meaning of Kariga Dabu? Is to a festive meal. Now Kariga Dabu is in Hindi we can say Gujia, and in Gujarati the famous sweet Gugra with the filling of coconut and sugar. So that is the meaning of Kariga Dabu. So if the state of Mysore is to Bharatvarsha, that is related to India, then this sweet is also very much famous. It's to a festive meal. Then Hosahali is to Mysore state what the filling is to Kariga Dabu. Means this place Hosahali, that is we can say that is a glorious place for Mysore. That is it's a very beautiful place. As in the same manner, when the coconut and the sugar that is filled to Kariga Dabu. What I have said is absolutely true, believe me. Now he says that our place Hosahali is a very beautiful place, and that's why the writer says that whatever I have said, that is absolutely true, and you believe me. I will not object to your questioning it, but I will stick to my opinion. Means whatever questions you will ask related to my village, I will surely give you. I don't have any objection for that, but I will always stick on to my opinion. I am not the only one who speaks glowingly of Hosahali. Means he says that I am only not the person who speaks glowingly. Glowingly means who praises or speaks so well of Hosahali. We have a doctor in our place. His name is Gunda Bhatta. He agrees with me. Now he says that I am only not the one who speaks well about my place or who praises my village. But we also have a doctor in our place and his name is Gunda Bhatta, and he also agrees with me that Hosahali is a very beautiful village. He has been to quite a few places. Now this doctor, he has also visited many places. No, not England, but he has not visited England. If anyone asks him whether he has been there, he says, if anybody asks him that whether he was there, then he says no, Annaya. Now what is the meaning of Annaya? That is a respectful term for an elder. So if anybody asks this doctor that have you visited England, he says no. He says no. I have left that to you. Running around like a flea-pestered dog is not for me. Now what is the meaning of flea-pestered dog? A dog that is surrounded by fleas. So when a dog that is surrounded by fleas, what will happen to that dog? He will become restless. Okay, he will become restless and he will just start running here and there. So he says that I just don't visit the places like a flea pestered dog. So I have not seen that place. I have seen a few places in my time. He says I have seen many places in my time, but I have not seen England. Though as a matter of fact, he has seen many places. So the writer says that he has seen many places. We have some mango trees in our village. Now the writer now is giving the description of Hosahali place, and he says that there are many mango trees in his village. Come visit us and I will give you a raw mango from one of them. Now he is telling to us, our readers, that to come and visit the Hosahali place, which is very glorious, very beautiful, and if we'll visit there, the writer will give us a raw mango from one of them. Do not eat it. Now he suggests that do not eat the raw mangoes. Raw mangoes means we know, kachi keri we say, na? That is raw mangoes. Just take a bite. Now he is just asking us to take a bite. The soreness is sure to go straight to your Brahmarandra. Now what is telling that these raw mangoes, they are very sour. So it is sure that if you will eat these mangoes, it will go straight to your Brahmarandra. Means it is so sour that it hits straight to your head. Okay, so we are not supposed to eat these raw mangoes too much. I once took one such fruit home and a chutney was made out of it. So now the writer, he just shares the experience with us that once he took such fruit home and from that raw mango chutney was prepared from that, and all of us ate it. Now all of them ate it. The cough we suffered from after that. Now after eating that, there was a lot of cough in their throat, and after that it was when I went for the cough medicine. Now after that, when the writer he goes for the cough medicine, the doctor told me about the special quality of the fruit. So the doctor told him that you have eaten this sour raw mangoes, and that is the reason this cough problem was there. Just as the mango is special, so is everything else around our village. So the writer says that this is a speciality of our mango. Our mangoes are very special, and apart from mango, each and everything around our village, they have their own speciality. We have a creeper growing in the ever so fine water of the village pond. Now this is the second speciality of the village which the writer is sharing with us. First he shared with the raw mango, and second one is the fine creeper that is growing. Creeper means in Gujarati we say velo, that is growing in the fine water of the village pond. Its flowers are a feast to behold. Now its flowers are very much attractive and they are very beautiful. The these creepers flowers are very beautiful. Get 2 leaves from the creeper when you go to the pond for your bath. Now what he is suggesting that whenever you visit the Hosahalli village and when you go to take bath in this pond, you just bring 2 creepers, 2 leaves from these creepers, because these creepers leaves, they are very long and huge. Okay, so he's telling that you just take 2 leaves from the creepers when you go to the pond for your bath, and you will not have to worry about not having leaves on which to serve the afternoon meal. Means even if you'll carry 2 leaves with you and if you'll make the afternoon meal from there, it will be more than enough for your whole family members. You will say I am rambling. Now the writer says that when I am telling you this thing, you will feel that I am rambling, means I am just boasting about it. It is always like that when the subject of our village comes up, means it is always like that whenever I just talk about my village, subject of our village means the topic of our village comes up. But enough, if any one of you would like to visit us, drop me a line. Means he is telling us that if anybody wants to visit Hosahalli village, then you just drop me a line. Drop me a line means you just write a letter. I will let you know where Hosahalli is and what things are like here. So he says that I will tell you where is Hosahalli. So Hosahalli is in Mysore state at present. It is in Karnataka. And which things are best there? The best way of getting to know a place is to visit it. Means whenever we want to know about the best place, then we are supposed to visit it. Don't you agree? Now this is a question asked by the author, that don't you agree that unless and until if we don't visit the place, we can never praise it, or it is not beautiful for us. What I am going to tell you is something that happened 10 years ago. Now the writer is going to tell us the things which have happened 10 years before. We did not have many people who knew English. Now he is telling that in our village many people did not knew English language. Then our village accountant was the first one who had enough courage to send his son to Bangalore to study. So from their village accountant, he was the first person to send his son to Bangalore. Who is his son? His son's name is Ranga, and he was the first person to have enough courage to send his son to Bangalore to study. It is different now. Now Ranga is totally different if we compare him with the other villagers. There are many who know English. Now he is talking about at present situation, that there are many people now who know English in Hosahalli village. During the holidays you come across them on every street. So during holidays, okay, now many of the people from Hosahalli village, they are going for further education in other cities, and that's why the author is telling that during holidays when you come to Hosahalli village, you will come across many of them in every street talking in English. So now you will find many people talking in English in Hosahalli village. Those days we did not speak in English, nor did we bring in English words while talking in Kannada. So the writer is telling that in those days, means before 10 years ago, we did not speak in English. So they did not use the English language, and they did not even bring English words while they were talking in Kannada. So our first part gets over here. Thanks for watching the video, and we shall discuss the remaining chapter in our next session. Bye and have a nice day.